Creatine was identified as an indispensable part of the skeletal muscle many years ago by Michael Eugene Chavrel. But when many people hear the word creatine, they associate it with this bottle. Made popular in 1992 as a performance enhancement supplement used to gain more muscle mass. Creatine is naturally formed in the vertebrae, but the average body will burn 2 grams of creatine each day through spontaneous degradation. The body produces creatine on its own by absorbing amino acids during food digestion. But according to Jack Nelson, adding a supplement like creatine into one's diet can increase muscle mass.
It is an effective performance enhancer for those looking to increase their gains and just see more of an increase in their performance and their results.
The gain of muscle mass Nelson is referring to is achieved through water retention inside the muscle cells when you use creatine. Creatine monohydrate is the most common form of creatine used among athletes, which is ingested by a capsule, caplet, or through a powder mix into a drink. What exactly does creatine do? It increases the energy-producing proteins in the body, which results in a longer exercise output by offsetting muscle fatigue. In the short term, creatine can increase power and performance in high-intensity anaerobic repetitive work by 5 to 15%. According to James Harris, the assistant athletic director at the University of Oregon, creatine users will follow a regimen when using the workout supplement.
Normally you do what's called, and it's a terrible term because it's the same term that they use in steroids, it's called a cycle. So you go a certain period of time on, a certain period of time off, and then you can go on and off, on and off. The reason being is if you stay on anything for a period of time, then your body adapts to it. So you don't get as much of an effect. In order to get the effect that you're looking for, you gotta take some time off. Usually we go 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Creatine usage is not considered doping and can be purchased over the counter at local vitamin stores, GNC, Rite Aid, and Walmart. Both Nelson and Harris don't associate creatine in the same realm as steroids for many reasons.
I would say it's totally in a different realm. I mean, creatine is something that's produced naturally in your body, whereas things like steroids is artificial testosterone that you're taking. So I wouldn't place it in the same category as steroids.
It's hugely different. It doesn't affect you from a hormonal standpoint or any of those type things. Creatine just donates a phosphate to that process. So it gives it back so you have more energy to lift weights.
The majority of sport governing bodies have not banned creatine. However, the NCAA in the United States has banned colleges from providing creatine to their players. But players can obtain creatine independently. Harris believes creatine, when used properly, can be a tool in muscle gaining. But for Harris, education about the supplement comes first.
It should definitely come from a pharmacy. So you get a little bit of education before you take it. I don't think that you should be able to go to a supplement store and have someone sell it to you who probably doesn't know much about it, but they've been told a little bit about it. It should be someone telling you how to use something who has some credentials.
Martinez took it into his own hands to research creatine before adding the supplement into his diet. Martinez also views education about creatine important before adding it into your regimen.
I personally looked up at mentalhealth.com. They had a good piece on it, just talking about the uses and how to do it right and use it effectively and that kind of thing. In any form of supplementation, including creatine, you definitely want to start by learning about the product, learning what it's supposed to do, what it does, how it affects the body, and then take it slowly and see how it affects you, because things affect people differently.
According to both Harris and Nelson, creatine is not for everyone and should be properly researched by each individual wanting to try creatine. For Oregon Extra, I'm Shelly Shrago.